Hi, my name is Rachel Iyer, and this is,
Celeste Rubino,
and we are interns at the
Center for Poetry at the Residential College of Arts and Humanities.
and this is our presentation, Establishing a Multimedia and Archival Hub for the ARCA Center for Poetry. The ARCA Center for Poetry was established in 2007 with the mission to encourage the reading, writing, and discussion of poetry and to create awareness of the place and power of poetry in our everyday lives. We host guest poets and community events in Snyder Phillips Hall, and as our in-person events stalled during the COVID-19 pandemic, we became more reliant on the internet. We, for our research project, decided to look into our website and investigate how we can develop the website to further engage our mission.
Some of our goals is to organize our past event material and make them more accessible on our website and to offer a selection of online resources to target audiences. These audiences include MSU staff, students, and faculty, the Greater Lansing area, and national and international online communities. Focusing on identity and inclusivity, we hope to provide resources to all, including those in underrepresented groups. Some other Poetry Center websites that we looked at were the University of Arizona and the University of Pittsburgh. You can read more of our literature review on the QR code that says external. We looked at what their goals were, their target audiences, and then also how are these centers focused on events and online archiving. Looking at MSU department websites that use Cascade, which is as our website uses the Cascade system, we decided to look at other MSU department websites, including CANR, which is the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources, and the Center for Gender Equity, and our own partnerships website page. Understanding the limitations of the Cascade system was something important, as the CANR search fields were not quite accessible to all, and the gender center's curated opportunities were actually on a Google Docs page. We also consulted with experts from the MSU library system to see how their archival process differs from the Cascade approach that we have. For our external literature review, I looked at University of Arizona, University of Pittsburgh, and a couple other Poetry Center websites. We discussed what their goals were, their target audiences, which usually included students, and how these centers focused their online archiving. Was it on events or was it on poets? Did they include mass media or did they just include the name of the person who read at their event? Looking at some MSU websites that that used Cascade. I don't know.
We also looked at some other MSU department websites using our coding system, Cascade, to kind of figure out our limits there as well. This included the CANR search fields and the Gensen curated opportunities, and even our own partnerships page, which was work done by a previous intern. This, once again, helped us understand the limits of the Cascade system. We also consulted with experts from the MSU library. We also consulted with experts from the MSU libraries. The first half of our project was integrating a resources tab into our website. This featured a landing page that links out to several separate pages containing resource information in relation to each target demographic, which are listed below. This is our index page. Here, it links out to every other page, and it includes a description for each page. And if you click on one, for example, resources for MSU students, you can see all of the entries. Here, we include a link to each resource and a description to each resource, which includes all the information that you would need to know about it. It's sorted in alphabetical order, except for Center for Poetry affiliated events or clubs or anything like that. That's not good. Okay. The first half of our project was the resources tab. The first half of this project consisted of creating a resources tab for our website, which could be used to help connect poets with other poets and writing groups and also online prompt resources. This starts with a landing page that links out to separate pages containing specific resource information relative to each of our target demographics. Here's a sample from our resource landing page. Here we can see the drop-down menu for each of our target demographics on the side and also below, where we have a description for each one of our resources. For example, if I were to click on for resources for MSU students, it would take us here. Here, we have links to every resources that are available on campus in roughly alphabetical order, except for those events affiliated with the ARCA Center for Poetry. Those are located at the top.
For the Multimedia Event Archive, we have been amassing files, especially from the center's online platforms, as well as the center's physical hard drives. This is preliminary work, as this project should be as continuous as the center itself. We will be continuing to work with the Vincent Voice Library to collect and preserve found audio files from different events previously hosted by the center. We hope to continue this in the future. In the future, we also hope to make all event files presentable and user-friendly to online audiences who wish to go back through the center's history. References in the QR code. For the Multimedia Event Archive, we have been amassing files from the center's past online platforms, as well as their current ones, and the center's computer hard drives. Currently, we are working with the Vincent Voice Library to preserve all found and created audio files for past and future events. We also hope to make all events presentable and user-friendly to online audiences who wish to go through the center's history. This will include pictures and other media. References in the QR code. In the future, we hope that the center's website has a multimedia event archive where all event files, including YouTube videos, audio recordings, flyers, and pictures, are presented in a user-friendly fashion to online audiences who wish to go back through the center's history. Please remember that this is preliminary work, as this project should be as continuous as the center itself. What is seen here is the Excel file that I have been working on. Listed from left to right is event name, the date of the event, if we have a video file of it, if we have an audio file of it, if we have photos, which are often located in Flickr, and if we have a flyer or an interview or article of the event. From left to right, we have the event name and the date that it happened.
I hate to cut you off, but
Here is the Excel sheet where I have been cataloging all of these events. From left to right, we have the event name, the date it premiered, any video or audio recordings, any photos or flyers, and then any additional media of the event is listed.
The Resources tab allows us to better connect writers with resources and expand our mission to reach a wider audience. Previously, it's been a bit hard to expand past our greater Lansing area, but now with a greater online presence, this allows us to connect with others who live beyond
the greater Lansing area. We see poetry as...
Okay, I'm going to have to re-edit this into something. The Resources tab allows us to connect. The Resources tab allows us to better connect writers with resources and expand our mission to reach a wider audience. Previously, we've been a bit restricted to our community here in the greater Lansing area, but now with our greater online presence, we're able to interact with those in the national and international spaces. And this all links back to our mission as well. Poetry should be accessible to everybody because it is a reflection of the human experience. We learn about... It reflects our experiences and reactions to the world around us. And it gives us not only more insight and more skills to become a better writer, but also to become a better person, which is something that every single person deserves access to.
Easier navigation of the event database allows those interested in past events to access information more easily. This helps staff members of the Center for Poetry, and it helps students and poets of the future who wish to go back and learn more about the poets of now and the past. Through our work,
I don't know. I didn't have the sentence finished. Through our work, through
our work, we have learned that
through our combined work, we are improving.
Through our combined work, we are improving the accessibility that outsiders of Michigan State have to the Center of Poetry. I don't like that I said. Thank you, and we hope that you are able to access our work in the future through the Center for Poetry website, poetry.rcah.msu.edu, and join us at Meeting Room B at 10:30 a.m. on the date of UURAF 2022.
So I think that's a little bit too much. Thank you so much for joining Celeste and I in our online portion of our UURAF. Thank you so much for joining us for the virtual portion of our UURAF presentation. We would love it if you checked out our work. Please scan the QR code below for access to our brand new poetry resources page, or check the links in the description. Thanks again.
Bye.